Taehyung not returning to BTS? That is the question now haunting millions of BTS fans around the world. What truly happened behind the shocking decision of one of K-pop's global icons after completing his mandatory military service? Why was Jungkook, a fellow member known to be very close to him, reportedly so stunned he was left speechless? And more than that, what caused Bang Si Hyuk, the founder and most influential figure behind HYBE, to be said to have intervened directly in an emergency boardroom meeting? These three major questions have not only shaken the fan community, but also begun to spark serious speculation among South Korean music industry analysts. The facts are emerging slowly, but disturbingly. Taehyung, better known by his stage name V, is said to have made an unexpected choice after fulfilling his military duty. Instead of rejoining group activities with the other 6 members, he is reported to be focusing more on his solo path. Moreover, sources within the industry community have mentioned that Taehyung has even considered offers from agencies outside HYBE Corporation. This move has triggered unprecedented internal anxiety, given BTS's position as one of the most influential music groups in the world. The story gained more traction when several international fan forums circulated reports that Jungkook, BTS's main vocalist and one of the most globally popular members, showed a strong emotional reaction upon learning of the decision. In a closed-door meeting that wasn't made public, he allegedly expressed his shock directly. "I never thought you'd choose this now," became a widely spread quote that sparked intense reactions from the ARMY community. Why is this decision so explosive? Because BTS has always been seen as a very solid group, with each member consistently emphasizing the importance of unity and collective vision. Even Bang Si Hyuk has, on several occasions, mentioned that BTS's future direction would be decided collectively once all members completed their military service. However, the emerging differences in direction now suggest a potential new and separate path in South Korea's entertainment industry system, which is known for being highly structured and centralized. An individual decision like this is not a small matter, especially when it involves an artist of Taehyung's stature, whose influence extends beyond music into fashion, art, and film. Rumors that he had received approaches from international production houses during his military service are undeniable, though not yet officially confirmed. This issue has become a hot topic in various media, from Korea to Japan and the United States. What makes the situation even more complicated are reports stating that Taehyung has declined some group activities planned by HYBE for the 4th quarter of 2025. Although this rejection has not been publicly announced, it is seen as a strong indication that his priorities have indeed shifted. In the entertainment world, especially K-pop, such signals are more than mere personal preference. They can prompt long-term strategic shifts, even affecting the company's management structure. This condition has drawn Bang Si Hyuk's direct involvement. The HYBE founder is reported to have held an emergency meeting with the company's executives to discuss the potential impact of Taehyung's move. This step shows that a decision by a BTS member isn't just about art. It touches on corporate policy direction, affecting stock value, global content strategy, and international business relations. The impact doesn't stop at the company level. Among fans, reactions have been varied. Most express support for whatever decision Taehyung makes as an individual, believing he has the right to choose his own career path after years of service within the group dynamic. Yet many also feel disappointed, especially those who have long awaited the moment when BTS OT7 would return together on one stage. Discussions on social media are intense. Platforms like weverse and X, formerly Twitter, are flooded with opinions, speculation, and theories trying to explain Taehyung's decision. Some link it to internal pressures, others to a broader self-exploration effort. But one thing is certain, there has been no official statement from Taehyung to date. Observers argue that this situation cannot be seen as just an internal drama. This is the first major test for HYBE's management structure following BTS's global success. A crucial moment where the balance between individual interests and group unity is truly being tested. Taehyung is not the only member with personal ambitions. All BTS members have wide-ranging interests beyond music. But will V's first move become a new precedent? Is Taehyung's step truly an early signal of a permanent change in BTS's direction as a group? Or is this merely a temporary phase before returning to the original format? The fact that Bang Si Hyuk felt the need to step in suggests this is no ordinary conversation. Discussions involving someone of his stature in a company as large as HYBE almost always relate to large-scale strategic issues, especially when it concerns BTS, not just a major revenue source, but also a national cultural asset of South Korea. At this point, clarity is still urgently needed. But until confirmation comes from relevant parties, speculation will continue to grow. Must the public now accept that BTS's future may no longer follow a unified and collective path? And if Taehyung truly chooses a long-term solo route, how will this reshape the face of the K-pop industry in the post-BTS era? Whatever the answer may be, one thing has already happened. V's bold move after military service has sparked massive internal dynamics, creating waves felt not only within HYBE's walls but far beyond geographic and cultural boundaries. A new chapter may very well be beginning, and no one can predict where it will ultimately lead. Yet in the midst of a flood of information that is both rapid and not always accurate, a fundamental question must be asked. Is it true that Taehyung has chosen not to return fully to BTS after completing his military service? Or is this merely part of a wild narrative shaped by social media algorithms and unstoppable public speculation? As the public gets swept up in unverified news waves, it's crucial to pause and ask, who is truly controlling this narrative? And for what purpose? Various cited sources, from TikTok to YouTube channels, fanbase accounts to international online forums, may seem convincing on the surface. But how deeply do we dive into the origins of this narrative? Are we merely passive consumers of information without ever questioning the integrity of its sources? Could this simply be part of a market strategy, where personal issues of BTS members are politicized to increase engagement and media exposure? Furthermore, if Jungkook truly was shocked by Taehyung's decision, as some media claim, why is there no visual documentation, no audio recordings, or confirmation from those closest? Is an unverified quote enough to drive global public opinion and fracture the collective perception of BTS's solidarity? We must also scrutinize the motives behind the simultaneous emergence of this issue across various online platforms. Why did this news explode amid the entertainment industry's post-pandemic uncertainty when questions about K-pop's future are in transition? Was this moment strategically chosen to maximize viral effect, or is there truly an element of truth being hidden? What's worth noting is how quickly the public swallowed this narrative whole. Emotional reactions, fanatical speculation, and baseless debates have flooded social media. But is the public wise enough to distinguish opinion from fact? And more importantly, what if all this is merely part of a corporate communication maneuver to test market response to possible career diversification among BTS members? If so, then the public has become part of a larger social experiment, serving as a measurement tool, not an informed audience. This is where skepticism becomes essential. We cannot continue to be victims of digital narrative manipulation. We need to develop the ability to examine deeply. Who is spreading this information? What is the motive? And who benefits? In a media reality where the lines between fact and marketing strategy blur ever more, the responsibility lies with us as the audience. We can no longer allow emotions and idle loyalty to become the weak point easily manipulated by interested parties. We must ask, seriously and consistently, are we really seeing reality unfold? Or merely a media illusion crafted to generate engagement and profit? And if Bang Si Hyuk truly has stepped in as depicted, we must also ask, is this a sign of a serious rift in BTS's structure? Or merely a narrative set up to heighten public anticipation for the long-awaited comeback? We do not offer answers. We do not claim absolute truth. But we invite you to reflect, reconsider, and not believe every piece of information at face value. Because in a world overwhelmed by disinformation and speculation, skepticism is not cynicism. It is, in fact, the highest form of concern and intellectual responsibility. In closing, let us ask ourselves, do we truly know what is happening behind the scenes at BTS right now? Or are we merely spectators deceived by a stage constructed by media, algorithms, and collective perceptions that may not be grounded in reality? Thank you for reading. May this reflection open the door to healthier, smarter, and more critical discussions in responding to every piece of news that comes before us.